Hi guys, and welcome to the Rocket League Replays YouTube channel. Today we want to present a video replay of the match between Nkosi Ballers and Twisted Minds during the Esports World Cup 2024. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like. Enjoy.
Boxing Vitality from Twisted Minds puts up the same show here.
And that's a matchup that, you know, is rough for, or was rough for Nkosi Ballers. I mean, this was, you know, being perfectly swept, shut out, obviously, throughout that series against FURIA. And unfortunately, Twisted Minds are going to bring that same type of speed, pace rather, into this game. So if you're on the blue side here, you've got to match that pace, or at least figure out the pace as fast as you possibly can.
Early press from Twisted Minds here. As currently Nkosi Ballers just seeing if they can find enough boost. Right now they're pretty strapped and trying to fight off an assault from up high, as that's a great save from Cam. Guns hoping he can get to this one. Elects to give a little room and try and stay on the back wall to give himself some space to try and make a play, as Twisted Minds kind of having their pick of how they want to go in the defense, as it will be air dribbled through and popped out to the corner.
And that's scary. If Twisted Minds are starting off with the air dribble handoff in midair, and they are in full control. I think just trying to show as much control on the ball individually as they can, as you see a lot of air dribbles coming out. Here's an opportunity for Cam and Nkosi Ballers to maybe set something up. Cam had to pick up boost, and he gets by one. It's Twisted Minds trying to feel that pressure, and they're able to get a decent clear.
First chance at staying on offense. Guns misses the clear, though, and that will make Cam have to make a bit of an awkward save, and blind clear for Guns down the middle. Looking for an outpo, but no dice. All the way back to the Nkosi Ballers half. Nkosi Ballers just seeing, okay, we're under a little bit of pressure, but kind of the same problem as yesterday for Twisted Minds as well. It's a good offensive showing, but nobody's actually really pressing the finish button. They haven't really put that extra physical pressure. Just a matter of how much heat do they really want to throw at them.
SMW wave dashing into the ceiling, then sliding towards the ball in a power slide there. Pretty impressive. It didn't amount to anything but a challenge after all the tricks and the feints and the hand motions. It's Twisted Minds on a challenge in front of the box, or right inside the box rather. That gets them there first, and with all that pressure, you would expect it to finally drop.
You'll take it however it comes, I suppose. And Twisted Minds certainly happy enough to find themselves with a fairly early lead. 3 minutes, however, a lot of time. And now if you're Nkosi Ballers, you have to kind of look at it and say, look, you had your chance on the attack, now we're going to go on it. We have to see somebody be willing to take that ball under their own control, force a 50. Cam trying to do just that. Of course, that Mina speed out of the middle, such a tough hurdle to get over. Cam with a little room, but not a lot of boost. Twisted Minds keeping up the press here at the midfield line. Guns now trying to do exactly what I want. I love to see it. What I like, but is it enough?
You know, Chiefs, for how many years when we casted Collegiate Rocket League, we said, you know, when you're feeling a lot of pressure, the most important thing you can do is bring the ball down and force defenders to think. And you're seeing that from Nkosi Ballers. They're bringing the ball down. They're getting their flicks. They're trying to get past the first person. Here's a great pass over to Guns. Can he receive it? He can, and attacks the net. So great setup coming out from Nkosi Ballers. Another shot comes through. Snoozy's denied. But some decent pressure as Twisted Minds looking to go back to work.
Great scoop from Alpo. That's out to SMW, and Mawson will come through, driving through the box. Will pound the rock home.
Yeah, tough break for Nkosi Ballers there. That one comes off the post. Decent shot from SMW, and the follow-ups there from Twisted Mind, of course. They're going to be the first ones on that ball inside the box. But for Nkosi Ballers, I mean, listen, there was opportunity there, and you mentioned it, Chiefs. Bringing that ball down, forcing Twisted Minds to slow the game down just for a second. That's going to be the boon to the offense for Nkosi Ballers.
You also wonder, does Twisted Minds start to adjust to the trap and dribble game? It is good. It will force the attack to actually come to you and not just, you know, keep batting away your clears, as Mawson flip reset down into the box, denied by Cam. Guns just protecting the net, and I actually really like that. It forces the defender to go around him. He's not going to go out and take it away from you. He wants you to get it by him. Forces the shot wide without actually having to make the stop. Twisted Minds continuing the heat. Bouncer shot will slip by.
Yeah, tough break again. Now putting this one on target, and it's a bounce shot as well. Nkosi with a quality challenge. It leaves Cam in such a tough spot, and he was already flipping out. The last man couldn't make a play, and for Twisted Minds, I mean, strictly business right now. You can hear the crowd there behind him. 3-0 in game one with just over a minute left to play.
Strong start for sure for Twisted Minds. And Cam actually thought he might win that 50, but no dice. Now pull 1v1 and no shot for the defender. Could never get the feet set in the net.
Yeah, I'm curious what happened to Guns. I know he doesn't have a ton of boost here. He's sitting at 47, so he picked up a couple pads and wiped out in the back of the net. And that's a free goal.
I was thinking about going in and out. Saw Napo drop it all the way down and went, oh boy.
He went in and down.
Yeah, get back real quick. Napo really quick to delivery into the top right-hand corner. And Twisted Minds definitely going to walk away with a game one win here. More a formality to run the timeout than anything else. But Nkosi Ballers, I mean, all things considered, yeah, it's a blowout, 4-0. Not a lot of fun, as here's number 5 for Napo. But you do have some good things to look out for. You know, there's clearly some space to be found if they can work their way through those challenges. You saw it, they said, hey, we're going to send a guy up off the sidewall, up out into the ceiling, out into the middle. We're going to try and make some stuff happen, and that's a good development.
And, I mean, this is just a general point on Twisted Minds. I mentioned it earlier at the beginning of this game, but you have to match their pace, or you have to do something to slow them down. And I think Nkosi Ballers have tried that on both sides. They've tried to slow the game down, and they've tried to pick up their pace. Can they find their offense? Can they find their footing? This one comes clean off the back wall. And now, Twisted Minds, they are able to break out. And for Nkosi Ballers, just trying to get back into possession.
Thankfully, another shot just wide of the net. If you're Nkosi Ballers, just all right. Let's clear out these last 10, maybe stay on the attack if we can help it. They've got a good setup here in the midfield, maybe one for the road heading forward into game 2. As unfortunately, it doesn't look like it will be the case unless Snoozy has something to say about it. Can't quite track it around the corner, so now we just stop the bleeding. It did take him a while. We start from an equal position. We don't have to take as much risk now. And where do you go from here? Always got to secure the corner boost. And I'm still wondering, Twisted Minds, yeah, they're getting by with some nice 50s and great car control, obviously. They do a nice job keeping control of the ball. But I still don't feel like we've seen the full breadth of the offense. I feel like there's more heat to bring, you know, with physicality if they really wanted to. Yeah,
you did not see a very physical game. I mean, you saw a few bumps pushing players off the ball, but definitely not a ton of demos. And I don't know if Twisted Minds necessarily needs to bring that out with the way they're playing. I think right now it's a lot of solo plays, and well, there you go. There's the physical play. The bumps open up the space, and Mossin's there to put it home.
That will definitely do it here as Napo just pulling out one defender and immediately straight into the net, making sure that there's a nice clear lane. And that's what's so dangerous about all these MENA teams. They will play so tight, they will jam a ton of people into the offensive third. They do not care about losing to 50. They trust themselves to make it back in time if they need to.
Well, and they don't care, and oftentimes they don't have to because they don't lose the 50. Their challenge game is so strong. A lot of MENA players have that. And for Twisted Minds, they know they can go into challenges very confident. Here comes SMW trying to find that back wall. Great defense from Nkosi Ballers. But they've got to do it again. Napo to the far post, and he puts it off that post and finds the other side. The fourth man coming up big for Nkosi Ballers. They've still got to find a way out. It's tough to keep up with that pace from Twisted Minds, but Nkosi Ballers are able to break out for now.
And that's not a good touch from Napo either. Maybe Nkosi Ballers able to sneak a few touches forward into the orange half. Now you got to prove that you can hold possession. Twisted Minds just gave you a donation here in the midfield and straight up off the ceiling and immediately back onto their half. Not able to really find the control they were looking for. Everyone misses. One more chance for Guns. It's going to be wide. Needs a little help. Can't find the double tap. Snoozy towards net just to keep the defense honest. And Nkosi Ballers, an okay first push over onto the orange side. Now you got to build off that.
I think that's the key. Stumpy said it in the last game too, is you've got to take the little wins for Nkosi Ballers. I think it's just trying to push downfield together with numbers up, and Mossin able to jump in front, and maybe they push too far. Cam's got no boost. Look out for the dunk. Twisted Minds looking to clamp down.
Ooh. Mossin just throwing the no challenge right in front of the net. See if they make a mistake. Just trying to adjust to the meter speed. Guns and Cam, a miscommunication as Snoozy comes through to try and jam it. A risky approach for third man, but it does pay at least a little dividend as they get to potentially stay on the attack here if Cam can find a little help. Snoozy coming through, and now Nkosi Ballers starting to establish a bit of a foothold here in the midfield line. Excellent challenges indeed. Mawson will try and break the siege. Nice couple of 50s, but right back into the face of Twisted Minds. SMW to buy some time.
And this is exactly what Nkosi Ballers need to do. You throw Twisted Minds on the back foot a couple times, and you see what happens. They really break down. There wasn't a lot there. There was one man on the goal line, and unfortunately that ball kept trickling out to him, but you could see what happens to Twisted Minds when you kind of punch back a little bit. They're just so used to being on offense and in control that when it starts to fall apart, good things can happen for the opposition.
Nkosi Ballers got to be careful here on their own half. You have to make sure you're securing your own corner boost. They've lost the last 3 corner boosts in their own half. It's definitely going to limit their ability to go and attack the ball, and for sure it's earned Twisted Minds possession here, as that's a demo, went right through the smoke. No shot for the defense. 2-0 Twisted Minds.
And they're making Twisted Minds work for it. Now, free air dribble here in the midfield. Snoozy's up, but he doesn't even have enough boost to get there. Guns was called upon, and you know, another big thing here for the defense of Nkosi Ballers is just when they're putting a hand up, they don't have enough boost, and the help isn't there in time. Twisted Minds know this, and they take advantage.
Oh, and a nice fake challenge from Guns. Slips by the midfield line, but rushes the play a little bit. Couldn't pick up the dribble cleanly enough. Straight into the teeth of the guy in the net. And Twisted Minds once more onto the breach on the blue side. SMW looking for a little help. That one gets popped up. Guns nice and easy off the back wall, but again, not a lot of boost on that transition. Going to be very difficult to maintain possession. Snoozy doing his best to stay here. Cam will come up empty with 0, and again, you're seeing Nkosi Ballers try and force the issue with not a lot, but time is not on their side. There's not a whole lot of chances. You got about a minute, so you don't have to rush as much as they are, I don't think.
In the moments where they need it most, they come up dry with boost, offensively and defensively. Opportunity here for Guns. At least he takes that challenge, but go again, actually, and he'll win it towards the corner. And for Nkosi Ballers, they've found their footing downfield, but haven't been able to put on a quality shot quite yet. Cam gets that clear.
Oh, hello.
And another one downfield for Nkosi Ballers, but still no shot coming out from it.
Very comfortable third man for Twisted Minds as well. They're well aware of the clock situation. You know, 34 seconds on the clock. Hey, send somebody deep to the net. The only thing we have to do is not let them back into the game. We're confident in the midfield challenge. We don't need a lot of extra help at the middle. Twisted Minds doing a great job managing the situation here. They know they don't need more goals. They just need to keep this one locked down, get themselves in a winning position, and move forward into game 3.
And for Twisted Minds, as you said, you know, they don't have to blow out Nkosi Ballers to establish the dominance. Nalpo might get one more for the road, and he will. Put it on the highlight reel. He makes it look easy. And the mechanics for this one, what a great first touch using the top front end of his car. And I mean, really actually the finish as well.
Sometimes it's just not fair, you know? A guy's that good.
Can you do that?
No, I wish I could. Let me tell you, I'd be a lot higher rank if I could.
I've seen Jorby do it.
Really? Color me impressed. But the end of game 2 finds its way as the ball finds the floor. Twisted Minds, not quite as easy as game 1, perhaps. And Nkosi Ballers definitely, like you said, you know, just go out with a whimper here. Of course, try and roar back here in game 3, see what they can do. And it's just a matter of how do you want to do it? Do you go try and sock them right in the mouth, or do you keep it what you know best? And honestly, if you keep it what you know best, that's fine, but you got to make sure you improve upon it. And it's all going to start with, look, we have to own the corner boosts. We cannot allow Twisted Minds to deny us. We are going to, at the very least, need those to keep that possession as we push past the midfield line.
And, you know, a series like this, it reminds me of what Snowy was talking about in his interviews from Limitless, from SSA. The opportunity for these regions to play against the best. And Nkosi Ballers, I mean, I commend them for coming out here, going up against FURIA. And for them, this series down 2-0 right now, having the opportunity to learn, as we said, game over game. This game could be different for Nkosi Ballers with the way it's been going.
Alpo continuing that masterful display of ball control. As a little fake, and there's that dangerous 5% changeup that Mina likes to throw at. She pulls out 2 defenders. Maassen will drive it home.
Smart by SMW. Got 2 to bite. Snoozy's going for the in-and-out save with 0 boost, and not enough, or certainly not there in time. And for Twisted Minds, right back to business, 1-0.
Been going full speed you know, about 10 minutes, and then bam, the one fake challenge. It's a brutal thing to handle. And Twisted Minds, great display of how easy it can be to throw your opponent off the scent. Nasty ball off the middle. Snoozy able to keep it out to safety on a dribble. Working his way up the pitch onto the orange half, looking for some bumps on the goal line. Cam secures the midfield line, so Nkosi Ballers a chance to stay on it. Wants it lower right-hand corner, and Cam will tie things up.
Finally getting a goal on the board here. Yeah, let him know. Let him know, boys. Y'all broke through. And what a touch from Cam, getting the second touch off the ground. And Nkosi Baller is able to find the equalizer with 3:30 left on the clock.
And a goal like that earns you a little bit of respect, because you could see Twisted Minds, he was willing to try and wait that out in the net. He's like, all right, show me what you got. And then you can kind of nod your head and say, all right, fair enough, good shot. And now you know Twisted Minds going forward, they're going to come hit you a little bit sooner now. So you got to be able to build on it. They did a great job to progress game to game. Who knows, Nkosi Ballers maybe find a win here if another good turn happens. That's a one missed touch, make it two now, as Malpo is just fighting for possession in the corner. Bounce shot straight at Cam and a great save. Snoozy finds a demo on Malpo in the midfield, opening up some room for Guns. Winning, ooh, yes, he did win the midfield boost, so Twisted Mind's gonna be a little bit hampered here. Popped in front of the box and poked out to the midfield line. SMW trying to keep the attack rolling. How much is in the tank for Twisted Minds here?
And credit to Twisted Minds off that kickoff. Initially, Nkosi Ballers, you could see, felt like they had a lot of confidence. A little fire was lit under them. And it's been all pressure. It's been all possession. They're winning every single challenge and have completely put it out. Unless Guns can find the backboard, Mawson will clear it away.
Malpo taking his time in the midfield, noticing Snoozy gave just a little bit of room. And he's earned his way back onto the Nkosi Ballers half as that one gets floated into the corner. Awkward to play here for Snoozy. Zero boost, tough to close the gap. Tries to force the issue. Now Mawson trying to take the space with a little stop and go. SMW drop over the head. 2-1 Twisted Minds.
Great setup from Twisted Minds here in Mawson, letting this one bounce, and that's what lets him get the angle to find SMW. That little stutter onto the ball, the challenge doesn't come through, and you leave him just that little gap to pick where he wants to go with it, and he finds the mid-air pass in the box.
Nice kickoff for Nkosi Ballers, but they missed the boost. That's going to make it real difficult as Snoozy will let Guns come through. And they just missed the 50. Yeah, it's got a blue trail, but deep back the other way, and it's going to force Snoozy to cut with zero because they missed the midfield, or maybe it didn't spawn on the way past that midfield line. And once again, Nkosi Ballers just a step or two out of rhythm with how the game is playing. And it's making it so difficult to stay on the attack as Malpo is just carving up the defense. Not enough to break them down, but the game far from over. We're not even at a minute 30 yet, and Nkosi's still well within striking distance here.
Absolutely. I think it comes down to holding this possession the final third for Nkosi Ballers. And they're challenging. Cam's got an opportunity here off the ceiling. Unfortunately, no one was able to follow up. It was to space, and it wasn't threatening. But here's a pass out of Snoozy, and see if Nkosi Ballers can set something up.
A little too direct, the shot from well back on the pitch. As here's a double tap opportunity. SMW puts in a huge insurance goal with a minute 10.
And that possession given up by Nkosi Ballers, that's what lets Twisted Minds go instantly on to the counterattack. And for Twisted Minds, they're going to make you pay. If you're going to give them the ball for free, that's what happens.
Understand, you feel a lot of heat playing MENA teams. You get that pass across the box, you think surely they're going to be right on me. You get on the sidewall, and the first thing you do is just rip it straight on target. Yeah, it feels good, but unfortunately, that's not going to be enough to get the job done versus these guys. And Nkosi Ballers, now they've got time against them. Elimination looming. All holds and bars are off. Time to press the go button. Throw caution to the winds. Throw everything you got in the kitchen sink. You may as well.
And they certainly did. 2 players up from Nkosi Ballers, and they might pay for it now. The last man, Snoozy, can't mix the play, and Guns try to get out of the way and let Cam come in for the clear. Less than 30 seconds to go.
And once again, Twisted Minds showing you wonderful management of the situation here. just keeping Nkosi ballers at arm's length. They're going to force them to win the challenges past the midfield line. Hey, we're not going to give you extra room. We're going to make you beat us, and that's exactly what Naupo does here in the corner.
And Cam, I think, trying to do his best to hold possession there, or at least get it clear, but unfortunately Naupo knew exactly where he was going with it, and that's a routine play for Naupo. 4-1, Twisted Minds crushing here in Game 3.
And regrettably, the end of the road here for the Nkosi ballers in the lower bracket here at the Esports World Cup. A valiant effort and some respectable showings for an expansion region in a major international event, but not enough to get the job done against the hometown heroes, Twisted Minds. What a show they put on, you know, yesterday. They said